I do this. Hey guys! Woo! Okay.
Hey.
Cars 2. We've come to it. Potentially the shittiest movie of this whole trilogy. Why am I smiling? Because I actually kind of enjoyed it. Anyway, let's get into it with the story. Do I have a quick synopsis of the story? No. Because it is very messy, okay? It goes around everywhere, okay? And when I don't mean like from location to location. I mean like the story and the script goes around everywhere. It's very messy. There are times where it's a spy movie, which is what it really is, but it shouldn't be, okay? But there are times where it goes to a spy movie, where it goes to a movie about Mater, where it goes to a movie about racing, and then a little bit of love and romance mixed in there, which is not really a bad thing, but it can get too cheesy sometimes, and it's like we've seen enough love and romance in the first one. We don't need it in this one. But it really does go around all over the place, and I don't have a synopsis for you. All I can really tell you is that we start off. I'll just read the IMDb thing like I did in the first one. Star race car Lightning McQueen and his pal Mater head overseas to compete in the World Grand Prix race, but the road to the championship becomes rocky as Mater gets caught up in an intriguing adventure of his own. Intriguing, no. But is it funny? Yes.
Yes.
I was hoping we would say that at the same time. But yes,
Sorry.
it is funny. But is it intriguing like this thing says? No, it's not intriguing. It's not even interesting.
It was interesting for me, okay?
Well, why don't you tell them why it's a little interesting?
Hang on. I don't know.
I will say this. As a kid's movie, there's a kid here. It's a kind of fun kid's movie. But if you're an adult...
like he is.
that is looking for... If you were going into this movie in 2011, which is when the movie came out, if you were going into this movie expecting a good racing movie, no, you were never going to get that.
Except for the bit where they did race.
Yeah, but it never really focused on that. And
it basically focused on the spy thing.
The spy part of the story, which is, I gotta say, this is one of my first thoughts. It starts off as a spy movie, and then immediately after that, they make the movie worse by making Mater the main protagonist of the film. Right? It doesn't cut to McQueen, it cuts straight to Mater. He's the main, by the way, he's the main character in this movie, and by the way, as I was going to say just then, sorry, I just saw a Cars 3 thing. Okay. In the cast... For the cast of Cars 1, Owen Wilson, who is the main protagonist of that film, was at the top of the list. Cars 2, Larry the Cable Guy.
Huh?
Larry the Cable Guy plays Mater. First off, why is that his name? Okay? But 2, he's at the top, and Lightning McQueen isn't. That in itself is proof that Mater is the leading role in this movie. Why?
Which he shouldn't be, because Cars focuses on
Lightning McQueen, and it's meant to be about racing.
Exactly.
And their idea was to make it a spy movie. And I will say this, I've noticed this with so many kids' movies. When it's actually not meant to be a spy movie, the second one or third one is always the fallback. That's the fallback for just about all the kids' movies. Oh, make it a spy movie. Despicable Me 2 did it, and a few others that I can't really think of at the moment did it. Cars 2 also did it. Why is the fallback always a spy movie? I don't get it. Cars 2 is not meant... Cars in general, okay, this franchise, is not meant to be about spy espionage. It's meant to be about racing. Mm-hmm. And it's meant to teach us a lesson about life. This does not.
To me, I liked the movie, but what Josh said, it shouldn't have been a spy movie, but like it was fun to watch. But like, yeah.
I will agree with that. While you look at your notes for a bit, look at your notes. Look at your notes. Anyway, gosh. While I didn't like the fact that the fallback of this movie was to make it a spy story, and that they made Mater the main protagonist of this movie. I don't like those two aspects of the movie. Okay, it's meant to focus on Lightning McQueen, and it's meant to focus on his racing life. I didn't write this in my notes, but I thought the greatest idea for this movie, what it should have been, there is a rivalry here with Lightning McQueen and the Italian guy. I don't know his name. I've got his name.
Francesco. Ow, I just hurt my neck.
Francesco. Okay? That's... The movie should have been... Okay, the first one is about McQueen learning that it's not all about racing. Okay? It's you got to slow down. The lesson in that is that you got to slow down and enjoy life. That's what the lesson was. Okay? Still race and still focus on that, of course. I mean, otherwise he wouldn't be racing in the second or third one. But what this second one should have been about is it should have been about a rivalry. Okay?
It sort of
Rush.
was. Sort of was.
Rush was a good... the movie made by... What was his name? The movie made by Ron Howard that starred Chris Hemsworth, Daniel Bruhl, Olivia Wilde, and a few other big name actors. But that movie had a rivalry in it, and the rivalry was probably the most exhilarating part of the movie for me, right? And that's what made it good. That was a racing movie. That's what this movie should have been. I'm not saying that Cars 2 should have copied it, but it would have been a lot more interesting for me as a huge movie buff and as a somewhat amateur critic. It would have been interesting to see a rivalry, a pretty serious rivalry in a kids movie like this. And what the lesson should have been, not to hate, because in a rivalry in any sport or career or whatever, you tend to hate each other. Rivals tend to hate each other, right? And sometimes it can get kind of messy. And that's what should have happened in this. And then they both should have learnt their lesson, right? Their rivalry should have been over racing, right? And it could have been really interesting. And then at the end of the movie, or through the whole movie, we learn the lesson, don't hate. Love is the only answer. And then they end with a really happy race and they love each other, the two rivals. That's what it should have been, but no, the fallback was, as I said, a spy movie when it shouldn't have been. You go on to your thing now, because I don't have that many notes, so someone's going to go now.
Okay. I'm going off what Josh said.
Okay, good, because they don't need to hear about that anymore.
But my opinion of the movie is that, you know how McQueen took Mater to see the world or whatever? Mm-hmm. To me, like, it's good that he went, but like, I would have liked it a bit better if Sally came along as well, because like they're dating or whatever.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Because
she came in the end though, but I mean...
Yeah, I know, but like...
I agree with you.
Shouldn't McQueen's girlfriend go with him and like...
Yeah,
as
I will say...
as Mater?
No pun intended. Actually, pun absolutely intended. She kind of takes a back seat.
Yeah.
Get it? Back seat? I'm rolling with these puns. Remember the pun in the first review? Anyway, she really does take a back seat into this when she was one of the most pivotal characters in the first one. I mean, everyone gets pushed aside for Mater. That's just, I mean, what you said is pretty valid and has a lot to do with the fact that Mater...
Like, Mater is good to come with, like good friend, but like I said, and I just think that Sally should have come with them as well, with Mater, and
it would have been a lot. Like, I want to see where McQueen and Sally go in their life. Also, it would have been interesting if they would have had a, dare I say, a breakup in that imaginary version of Cars 2 that I just told you about. It would have been interesting to see their relationship go through some ups and downs, but it never does. I mean, that's what happens in relationships. It would have been cool to see Cars go through that.
Even though they're cars, but yeah.
Yeah.
Hang on. Okay. The other thing and going off that again, sorry, but the other thing I like about this movie is that I like the bit where McQueen and the crew goes to Luigi's hometown.
Oh yeah, Luigi's father, his dad was so cool. Just
I know.
A cool guy.
But the reason why I liked it is because I don't know why, but I always focus on the location sometimes. And this location, you know how they were going there to relax and stuff? Well, I said that, like, I like the location because it's a good place to relax. And like, if it probably did, like, if it did exist, I would go there to relax.
Well, it does. It just doesn't exist quite the way it is depicted in the film.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure, like, I mean, if Route 66 is a real place, I'm pretty sure the city that they went to in Cars 2 is a real place. Which
just in the movie, just a bit more animated, I think.
Yeah, and no mountains made out of cars. Have you noticed how many mountains in this movie are shaped after cars?
You said when we were watching
in the first one, I said that the mountains, I can't remember the photo, but
it was I
can't remember the shot.
The backs of the cars.
I'm gonna put the photo up now for you guys.
The backs of the cars.
Yeah, that shot right there, it's the backs of cars. If you really look at it, okay? If you're just watching the movie and focusing on what you should be, you'll miss it. But they're the backs of cars.
Yeah, in number one.
It was really cool.
And then
they do more stuff like that.
And
like,
in number two, you're also saying about Ayers Rock, the big car thing.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that was Ayers Rock. Okay, it looked like Australia.
But it was
that's what Ayers Rock looks like.
But it was a car. It was like Ayers Rock, but it was a car.
It's in this desert place. You guys should know what it is. Here's another photo so you guys know what Ayers Rock looks like. And here's the photo from Cars 2. Now, together, pretty similar. Anyway, I have to say this. Remember earlier in the review where I was talking about the message behind the first movie? Well, the message in this one is kind of wrong, okay? The message in the first one, as I said, was that it was teaching teaching us to slow down in life and enjoy it, okay? Because when you're in the fast lane, people don't like you. You won't succeed in life emotionally or in anything else.
Yeah, and also you won't get to meet friends and everything. And
yeah, you won't make friends. You won't have a proper life if you don't slow down and enjoy it. And I completely agree with that. Okay, of course you need to live life in the fast lane every now and then to get shit done, but sometimes you need to slow down. That was the lesson of the first one. The lesson in this one, that they shove down your throat, and it's completely wrong. It teaches kids the wrong thing. It gives kids the wrong idea about life. What the wrong lesson in this movie is it teaches you that it's okay if your friends or if you can act like an idiot and be out of control in public. It teaches you that you or your friends can act completely out of control in public, and you or your friends just have to accept it. That's wrong. Really take your time when you're watching this movie. Really take your time and look at the message that is being put across to you, that's been shoved down people who don't agree with it. If you're acting like an idiot in public, if you're acting uncontrollably in public, that's wrong, okay? It's wrong. Because it is disrespectful to everyone around you. It's disrespectful. It is, okay? And that's what this movie teaches. I also think that that's the other thing that makes this movie so bad. It really does teach kids the wrong lesson, and I don't know if anyone else has noticed that in their own reviews, but that's what I noticed.
Going off again what Josh said.
Wait, adding on to mine or going on your own thing?
Going off.
Off onto your own thing.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I didn't really understand properly.
Anyway, I'm talking about my favorite characters and cast and stuff. With the characters, I like Finn's voice because it suits the character and the attitude of the car. Like it just suits the character, and also the color. Like the voice suits the color of the car, and it just suits him. Like the voice suits. I think every voice suits every car, to me. But yeah.
Also, did you say Finn?
Yeah.
Yeah, Finn is fucking Alfred. How many Batman characters are in this car's franchise? Michael Caine. Why do I have this? I'll keep it anyway. Michael Caine.
Oh my gosh.
Do you know who Michael Caine is?
Yes, he plays Alfred, doesn't he?
In the Dark Knight trilogy. Okay. Right. Another Batman character in a Cars movie. I just love that Michael Caine is in. By the way, I love Michael Caine in general. He is such a good actor. Unfortunately, I haven't seen his older movies, but he is a really good actor, and I will say.
Oh yeah, I just realized. I just remembered that Alfred is in this. That's why I said that his voice suits the character and the character of the car. And
yeah, I forgot what I was saying, but what was I saying?
Sorry, I interrupted you.
That's okay. What was I saying?
I don't. Sorry, it's all my fault.
Anyway, I really like. I was gonna say Alfred, but that's not his real name. I really like Michael Caine because he's a really good actor, and yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I like his character in this movie. Okay. I kind of like his character in this movie, only because Michael Caine is playing him. That's it. If anyone else were playing him, I wouldn't like the character that much, but because Michael Caine is playing this character, that's why I like this character. Also, I will say this as the last thing that I have written down. This movie sucks, right? It's been stated many times, as I said in this review. I don't think this movie shouldn't have been what it is, but it's a pretty enjoyable movie, alright? Jeez. Don't do this to me, guys. It is a pretty enjoyable movie. I guess it's one of those popcorn movies. Best... No, that's an actual thing.
Oh,
people
really?
actually call movies by that. If a movie actually isn't a really good movie, and it's just enjoyable, then that's kind of classified as just a popcorn movie. Something that you and your family can get together and enjoy. It is enjoyable, okay? It's not good, but it is enjoyable because it's just fun to watch.
It's a kids movie.
It's a family movie. It is really fun to watch. First time I watched it, which was a few weeks ago, but the first time I watched it, I really enjoyed it. I laughed my head off. And that's sort of the contradiction with this movie, is that it has a lot of problems, but the humor and the family fun that this movie has is spot on. I had so much fun with this movie. I only wish that same fun could have been injected into a much better movie. Either way, I still had a hell of a time with this movie. I just had fun. That is all the thoughts I have.
One other thought that I have is that, you know the bit where McQueen encourages Mater to do what he needs to do, like, when he has a bomb in him?
Did you like that bit?
Yeah, I did.
I liked it. I will say, I liked Mater for only a smidge, because he was actually being serious. He was actually taking...
For once.
He was actually taking the time he had to take things seriously.
Yeah, I actually said that as well. I like the bit where Mater hang on. Wait, where is it? Sorry. You can keep talking.
If only Jar Jar Binks could have done that in the Star Wars, which he never does.
Oh, here it is. Sorry.
Keep going.
I also wrote down that I love how Mater solved the bomb problem, even though he is just a simple country car.
Anyway, that is it for the Cars 2 review. We will see you in our review for Cars 3. I am pumped for this one. You know why? Because it's back on racing. Not about Mater or any spies.
Well, we hope, because we haven't seen it.
We haven't seen it. But from the trailers, it looks like it's going back to racing. So we hope. I hope it's not messy. I don't need it to be a really, really good movie. I just need it to be fine. I just need it to be okay.
We need it to be better than number 2.
Which,
hopefully
all things... chances are, it... You know, probably it
maybe
will definitely be better than the second one. If it isn't, then I'm probably gonna... You guys won't see me forever because I'll be dead. Anyway, see you guys in the review for Cars 3.